The throne room is dark. The hallways are empty. Night and darkness are everywhere.
Now that my creation is gone with me once again.
The royal bedroom is dark, but not quiet. It's not still.
The multiverse will echo my name. Vecna.
The vision haunts her. The goddess looks out at the portal, Skellington walking through, but never arriving to his destination.
The multiverse conquer.
The fox hovers in the air, breaking limb by limb.
Prepare yourselves.
The image of a hand.
Remove all evidence.
An eye appears.
None shall escape.
A scepter, broken into 7 pieces, shattered across the multiverse. Skellington, hovering, chained. Prisoner. The goddess wakes as the chilling voice echoes through her mind.
There will be no mercy for your pitiful souls, which never exist.
It's been over a year, and that nightmare seems to be every day now. She reaches out with her mind to see, to hear, anything. She's heard nothing for a year. He's most likely dead, but the dreams are getting worse. As she reaches out for peace and checks on her patrons in the realms, she hears. No, she feels. Her heart stops. She becomes breathless. Skelly? You're alive? You're alive? Maddie, your character wakes up in sweats. Describe your character for me if you can.
Siora is an astral elf who's got relatively pale skin and this spattering of, well, it looks like she just dumped a bottle of glitter on herself, but in reality they're little freckles of silver that run down her arms and down her neck and her chest. And she's got this really long white hair that's got these almost rainbow-esque highlights in it.
So Siora wakes up, sweat definitely running down her head there, covered her face, her clothes are wet. Feels almost like a night tremor. The medication that you were mixing earlier seems to be scattered all over the place. Contents of your bag is just all over the floor. What do you do?
Sierra, well, she sits up, she kind of runs her hands over her face, like trying to shake whatever has shaken her so badly, as she starts to kind of collect the parcels of what she was working on earlier and starts throwing them all into her bag, like really haphazardly. Like she grabs a handful of like powder and throws it into the bag, and then a handful of like a couple of glass jars and just throws them in there. And starts desperately trying to clean it up, like sweeping up everything she was working on.
So Trey, your character hears a loud noise and comes running through the door into the cabin. Describe your
Uh,
character if you can.
he is I guess,
Well, what's his name
clothing
first?
wise. Okay. Onith Alval is his name. And clothing wise, he'd probably, you said it was late at night, right? Like middle of the night, kind of.
No, I said that she woke up.
Makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess he'd probably be just wearing his like everyday clothes. So, nothing too fancy. Just probably like an overcoat and like longer pants. But his face is uh very like mechanical steampunkish looking, and it's not a mask that he's wearing, it's actually his face. It's kind of like tubes and going through his mouth. He's a very slender face and six eyeballs all looking all around trying to figure out what happened. um they're all covered in like goggle looking goggles. There's not really another descriptor for that, I'm going to be honest. um but he stands at a very tall, um 8 feet. So I did some research earlier and found out that, so that's fun. um and as he's like looking around, he'll like bend over and go, "Is everything okay? Did, what happened?"
Did I like basically just KO on the ground for that?
Uh, do a medicine check on yourself.
Sure. How's a 6? I lied, a 12 sound.
6 sounds worse than 12 does.
I think a 12 sounds okay.
I think a 12 sounds, yeah, I mean, from what you can gather, I mean, you've definitely done worse to yourself. The strange thing about this is it felt so real.
She like kind of sits back on her legs a little bit and like grabs the edges of the she's wearing like a cardigan and kind of pulls it a little bit closer to her and looks up like, I'm pretty sure that those visions I've been talking about are not just hallucinations anymore.
So you're what, seeing from the perspective of someone else, or is it the future?
It
What
sure feels like
that's,
someone's talking to my brain.
hmm.
I'm not the biggest fan of it, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, they don't sound too pleasant.
It's
Uh
that one goddess, the stars? I don't know.
uh I've never been a big religion person, but I mean, I'll
If
take your
I
word at it, I suppose.
if I followed the gods, I don't think I'd be meeting a god every night.
Yeah. Uh, do you think it's started because of what you're working on, or something like outside influence?
I haven't started nothing new.
Do a history
All
check for
this
me.
and she just kind of all this and she just kind of throws her hands out at the pile of everything in front of her. That's just stuff I've been working on for forever. 7.
Yeah, no, that sounds right.
Hmm.
I ain't trying nothing. Maybe I should be trying something new, I guess. Give me a hand up. And she kind of puts her hand out.
Yeah, I'll like lean over and pull her up. Hmm. She's
She stands up. Her entire body kind of cracks. All of her joints are like popping back into place.
Ouch.
She very obviously just like collapsed onto the ground at some point. She brushes herself off. The little metallic tassels on her outfit kind of jingle. Where are we? I don't actually know how long I haven't been here.
Yeah, Ona, throw a perception check and see if you can figure out where you are as you head back to the helm of your
I'm
ship.
so good at perception checks. Oh, it's a 16. That's not bad.
So you are traveling within within the in between the multiverse there. You haven't quite come out to a specific spot, but you do know that the idea that you want to do is hit the material plane. Where specifically, you're not quite sure.
Well, we're on the right path, but nowhere specific right now.
Yeah, that sounds about right. What do you what do you know about skeletons?
Skeletons?
Yeah.
Like the alive ones or the dead ones? I guess they're both dead, but the animated ones or the normal ones?
I don't know. I I don't know anymore.
Um, well, I know that, let's see, the animated ones usually carry around some type of simple-ish weapon, maybe loose cloth from being in the ground, sometimes resurrected by a necromancer or something of that sort, but beyond that, no, nothing. Also, dead ones are dead ones. That's,
Dead ones are dead ones. That's a good,
yeah,
fantastic explanation.
that's what I'm here for. Good, fantastic explanations. And also
Are you sure that's what you're here
driving.
for? I'm pretty
No,
sure we
it's,
keep you around to lift things.
I do that too. Pretty good at that one. Not the, yeah, no, I don't know much about skeletons though. Why? Is it something you saw in, I suppose we could call it a vision at this point?
More like what I heard. I thought I thought she said skeleton. I think she put a G in there somewhere though, and I don't know where there would be a G in the word skeleton.
Yeah, that's not really how you spell skeleton. Yeah, G is a weird thing to
Maybe the
hear.
goddess is just stupid.
Well, okay, so
Wait,
as
I don't
much
think
as
I can say that about God.
yeah, as much
Am
as
I
I'm
gonna get in
not like
trouble for that one?
into religion, let's especially like once we're at the material plane and we're off of my ship, go for it, say all that, but maybe don't get us smited
Yeah.
while we're on my ship.
That'd be kind of fun though.
For you, maybe, not for me. Do you know how hard it was to get this thing?
Yeah, I know how hard it was to get the ship.
And it would not be fun for both of us. Also, we would probably die.
Nah, we'd be fine. What, you think you implode or something going out there with no air?
Oh,
As if.
yeah, that's what would happen.
No,
Probably.
I think
I've
we'd be
never
fine.
tried it. Well, you are welcome to try that then. However, I will be sitting here perfectly safe on my ship.
So as you say that, the ship starts to slow down drastically as light begins to shine bright. This is something that you guys are very much used to. And now you're sailing across blue skies, and you look down and you see a grand city that's kind of on the coast there with a big giant channel, um, where it seems like there's a lot of docks, a huge port there. This looks like it's a fishing city. It is one of the biggest ones that you have seen, especially on the material plane.
Is that where we're going? Oh, I do love big cities.
Well, we're here. So now once we land, you can go off and be as sacrilegious as you desire. Don't die
Oh,
though. That would be inconvenient.
you don't gotta be mean like that.
Look, I just get okay. Um, is that I'm assuming that is where we're going.
That seems like where you were going, yeah. So you're able to kind of sail down. The ship lowers, it lands in the ocean there, and you're able to kind of pull it up to the harbor, where you can dock. You gain supplies if you need to, trading if that's what you guys are gonna do, or kind of do whatever you need to do. Um, and that's where we'll kind of leave you to for a minute. Cody, it's extremely dark. Not a whole lot is going on where you were at, and this is pretty normal. This has been your average every day for the last several years. Lately you've just been revisiting the agony of your last moments. Kind of feeling the pain that has happened, and then the darkness. And then you relive pain and darkness, almost like you're being tormented. Today's kind of odd, though, because something different is happening. You're no longer feeling pain. And it's not really dark. You see kind of a door-shaped light appear. And you see a silhouette of a robed woman. What do you do?
I'm gonna look kind of up at the light, kind of like put my hand up to cover my eyes and like try and peek between my fingers into the light.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of shake my hand a little bit up and down to kind of see if the light is just something of my imagination. It wasn't really there. I check again. It stays. I would drop my hand and try and squint and look at what I have in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
I guess peering upon this individual. I would look around for, my placement, try and level myself through the door, and maybe try and go in that direction if my body would allow me to.
Yeah, you're able to head in that direction for sure. You move towards the light. What makes you believe that it's not fake is that your eyes hurt. Like you feel the impact of that light. You feel the warmth on your skin, warmth that you haven't felt in a while. It's been just so dark and cold. Then you move towards it and you hear the voice, a very familiar voice, one that you haven't heard in a long time, one that you haven't heard since you were alive. And she says, "The time has come, my chosen champion. You are needed." What do you do?
I would do anything for my light. Anything. I'll just go down on my knees.
Mm-hmm. It's been quite terrible lately. Even the gods up here are dying. There's been something that's going around destroying not just your plane of existence, but all planes of existence. and it needs to be stopped. What gods of us remain are recruiting a few of our champions to go and fight this great threat. Do you accept?
I will do anything that you need,
Then,
whatever that may be.
then arise. And she kind of like takes her hand and motions upward as to lift you up. And then she turns her hand over and places her hand on your shoulder as you feel the blood start to run through your veins again. The power that you once had be restored. The muscles that you used to have regenerate, the skin graft over it, existence become once again. Your armor, your tools, weapons, everything that made you who you were, just automatically reappear where it was last placed. Go to the grandest tavern in Baldur's Gate, and there you will find the chosen. There will be a vessel that you must board that will take you to all places in the multiverse to stop this evil. His name is Vecna, and he is not to be taken lightly. The only way to kill such a man is to gain the pieces of 7. One has already been found. You must take this crew to find the other 6. They are hidden within the multiverse. And it will take all of you to gather these pieces alive.
I will have to say, does that mean that we're at war with him?
Creation is at war with him.
But are you, my queen?
Yes.
Then so be it.
And as you say that, the light grows even grander, blinding almost, and you find yourself now in the middle of a field, about a bit of a distance from this grand city that you can just see off the horizon. You feel the ocean breeze. You smell the salt in the air. Everything looks and feels familiar, but it's almost as if you haven't tasted that in 100 years. The grandest city of all, that of Baldur's Gate.
I'm gonna stand up. Who you see, I imagine, is a fox-like girl, human and everything, but like the fox ears, and then I have a large bushy foxtail. Um, my hair is kind of like auburn, with the rest of my ears and tail. Um, I'm wearing what is just a black leather pants, like a black corset that has a white kind of cloth undergarment that goes over my bustier. Um, I then have a red kind of very red cloak that goes down my back. I look like a nice little Red Riding Hood to a good semblance. Um, you can see that my eyes are a nice, like, yellowish kind of color. But other than that, I will kind of like look around, look at my hand, look over everything, and like take the first breath and first sniff of fresh air and sea air into my lungs as I kind of breathe out heavily. Um, I'm going to look around just to make sure that like I'm safe where
Mm-hmm.
I am, but in doing so, um, imagine that I am, and I'm going to like fold up my fists, like both of my fists,
Mm-hmm.
like I'm kind of flexing to a sense.
Right.
And as I do, I just mutter under my breath, "I'll be back, Valencia," and then I will walk towards the city.
So as you start walking, you hear a very familiar sound, one of companionship, and one of the most oddest voices, and yet most familiar voice. You hear the squawk of your mount,
Popo?
Popo.
All right. If I see Popo, I'm going to look over at Popo. Um, and just kind of like snap my fingers to make him come to me. As he kind of rolls on over, I'm gonna, check him all over, make sure he's all right. Give him, check the pouches that I have on him for
Mm-hmm.
exploring and holding goods and other things, and take out some and feed him
Yeah.
right out of my hand. As I do, I'll pet him and just take another breather of feeling another warm creature,
Yeah.
as I'm now warm again myself, and just the feeling as it kind of gives a semblance of minor pleasures,
Well, one of those
as it
minor
does.
pleasures, as you're feeling over looking in the pouches, is one of your favorite pastimes, your art set,
Oh, yes.
your
Um,
brushes, and some uh pads that
for
have not
sure.
been used yet.
Uh, I will definitely check the equipment to make sure it's all good and in
Yeah.
working order. Nothing is out of space, but I kind of put that back away and say, now is not the time.
Okay.
As I like kind of cinch up his straps and make sure everything up, I'm just going to pat him on the head and be like, "I'm happy to see you, old friend. I think we're about to get into a lot of danger once again, but this time we're gonna make it through." And then I'll get on top of him and click my feet to get him to go towards the city.
John, you're found in one of your favorite places, the local tavern in such a big
Of
city
course.
where obviously you make the most money. Um, what are you doing in this tavern?
I suppose at this time, assuming I'm awake, I've got a few instruments out, probably, let's say, bagpipes and drums, and I'm playing music for the tavern and telling stories,
Mm-hmm.
mostly of my own deeds, of how amazing I am,
Right, of
and how
course.
Torvo has saved other towns from bandits or problems that they've had and left them better places. And of course, every place I leave has to end with a great festival, right?
Of course it does.
And
Yeah.
I invite everyone into this magic mansion that I'll conjure before I leave as kind of my going away party to um, every city that I visit. So
Okay.
I'm doing this great grand performance, talking about my deeds and how everyone should be uh, thrilled to have Torvo there.
Right. Describe as all of these tavern goers and now your audience sees and hears and is able to take in your grandeur. Explain exactly what it is that they are seeing and taking in.
So Torvo is a woolly mammoth-like loxodon and is just objectively beautiful. Probably one of the most beautiful things that many of these folks have ever seen. He's 7'2", so big, very lean, muscular build, but they're clearly not for like lifting rocks. It is show muscles. Someone who works out and ensures that they have all the definition, but maybe not like muscles that can pick stuff up. It is to look great. He has brown fur that covers all over his body, carefully combed and brushed with natural braids and various decorations woven into it. He's got bright white tusks jutting out that are gilded and covered in intricate carvings, very much like works of art on his face. And he's also almost completely naked. Like the only thing he's wearing is a small leather loincloth, almost just a skirt covering his waist. But for all his beauty, it's not like attraction that he's exuding. It is a work of art. It is something to behold, not something to lust after. And so he is a performance just as he exists, right? So he's there to sort of bring joy and pleasure to everyone's life.
So I need Torvo here to give me a performance roll.
Sure. 26.
Fucking bards. So
I have
Tornus
plus 15, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Torvo, I almost said Tornus. Torvo, he is being himself, just as you described, just fantastic to look at. The women in this tavern they're not even there to drink anymore. They are there to enjoy the sight of just spectacular being. The men that usually would be upset with somebody this fine are enjoying the songs and the story, and they come back 2-3 times to hear and start singing along with you. So even though these are very new songs to them, they've learned them, picked them up pretty quickly, and come back to be able to sing along with you. You have this audience in the palm of your hand, and because of such, the money is just raking in. You're making easily 20 gold a night on a bad night, and that's like the afternoon crowd.
Right.
Anywhere in the evening for these prime shows, you're making like 500 gold a night. Like you are raking in the money. You have free stay at the tavern, free food, free drink. Everything is free except for the booze. Obviously you have to pay for the booze. But it's just everything's handed to you because you bring in such a great audience for this place. And so as you are wrapping up for the night, you see the image of a person about as good looking as yourself, if not better looking. And they come up to you and they say, wow, what a spectacular performance.
Thank you. Torvo never misses a beat. I'm. Are you yourself a bard? Do you have any special skills? And perhaps we can do a show together tomorrow. Torvo is generous enough to share the stage with anyone who's an equal to his skill.
Yes, I have great skill. No, I am not a bard. As a matter of fact, Torvo, I am the reason why you are so good. The reason why your gorgeous locks always bring in the crowds. Also, and kind of leans in, also the reason why you're able to be that good and understand what you've given up to be that good. And he kind of slowly backs up after he whispers that into your ear.
He'll kind of take in this person, this entity, and look a little bit suspicious, but then shrug and say, "Finally, you have come down to meet me. I, I, I have waited for this so long. I've gone from city to city to city. Torvo has spread joy and festival everywhere I went, and now you're here.
I am here.
What are we going to have an even larger festival than normal? This was to be my last night. We can make this festival last days and days."
You will not be leaving this city, Torvo. You will actually be looking to make another great.
What's the goal there?
In making this other look great, you will end up saving existence as you know it.
I'll sort of ponder that for a moment and think, well, if I make someone else look great, I could probably ride the coattails, and I could probably also look amazing. Maybe I can even steal a little bit of limelight at the last moment from this person. And he'll sort of like nod, and he'll say, "Who is this grand person that we are to meet with? Where may I find them?"
They're on their way here now. You will find
And their
her arriving on a bird that
And
does
their
not
name?
fly.
Is there a name I'm looking for? Is there a description, perhaps?
The description is as I said. Riding a bird that does not fly.
Is this person coming here to this tavern?
Yes, she is coming to this tavern.
Well, let's start this show then. And he'll slap his hands together and rub them.
Mhm.
And wait, and he's about to like shout out something and start a performance. And then he turns over. It's like, what is their name? I need to know their name to rile up the crowd.
As you turn to ask that, the being is gone. Just vanished.
I need to make something up. And friends, Torvo brings great news. A grand warrior, a hero of the realms is coming here. Their name I cannot speak because it is too grand for your ears at this moment, but they will arrive on the most majestic of beasts, a beautiful golden bird. I think golden. And he'll just start rambling on and making up this story about this person and how they're amazing and inventing a whole mythology for them in a story and using precipitation and little bits of imaging and stuff to weave this illusion that this person coming is fantastical and watch out for him, trying to build up the crowd for this person whenever they arrive.
Choking on a chip. Not what I wanted to do.
If you want a deception roll, that's a 27. Same as performance, so everything's a plus 15. So
no, it's fine. Your performance just wins them over. You've already got them like in the palm of your hand. You could say that they are floating right now, and they would believe you and go with you on this tale. You know, you've got them in the palm of your hand there. Shauna.
Yes.
You find yourself in a place where there's a lot of screaming, but not screaming like an angry mob, more like people screaming for help as they are dying. You hear shouts of terror as your mount devours another being. You watch and you listen as you don't even really pay it any mind. You're just cleaning your sword off, cleaning the blood off of your weapon there. Retrieving the arrows that you've shot. And as the last person is heard gasping for the last breath of air, You look up at your dragon mount with the look of a job well done. So you are the only person that's bringing back a character. So just so we remember, explain who you are.
So Ari is the granddaughter of Jax, who was one of the heroes um, that was being honored at the festival. And she also had another hero there that was close to Jax, Skellington, that she paid homage to and honor to as well. But she really wanted to honor her grandmother's memory by kind of living up to her example as a woman of honor and wanted to be a hero. Um, but then obviously she went on her adventure and things happened, and as a result, she's in a very different place right now.
So your victory that you just won
Hmm.
is also in a tavern. However, this is a much smaller tavern. And it's a very secluded, almost like a little club tavern, a cultish club.
Hmm.
The murdered, we'll say, didn't really do you any wrong. Um, but they are um previous worshippers of Talos, kind of one of the last remains. And you saw
Hmm.
them and decided that they no longer deserved to live and
Yeah.
finished them off. Um, it's about 20 guys that just are, some are headless, some are, you know, I was gonna say bodiless, but like, the upper half of their body is gone. Um, all you see is their legs. Uh, it's a bloodbath. And you walk outside, and it's kind of in the slummiest part of the small town that you were in. The remaining members of that town see you as you walk out. You kind of don't even look at them. Just put your weapons away, climb on top of your dragon mount, your blue dragon there, and give the command to leave as your dragon takes off. What's going through Ari's mind at the moment?
Uh, Emotionally, she's very numb. She has no remorse about what happened to those um, very bad people. She's hyper focused on finding skeleton,
Mm-hmm.
and she's just basically on to the next big thing. Like, that's done. Check.
Right.
Let's go get some more.
So you and your dragon, you ride for a while. You guys are actually talking with each other, um, kind of going over the situation that just happened
Hmm.
briefly. Then going over how you both are hungry, maybe a little bit tired, uh, and decide to kind of land in this little wooded area, to get a little bit of shelter. It's coming around nighttime, and you guys have you make your dinner. And one thing that you have known, because you do know a god personally, is that every now and then you kind of check in to see what's going on,
Hmm.
and usually you don't hear anything back. But it's always nice to kind of think that maybe she's thinking of you.
Yep. So yeah, so she would mimic kind of the same routine that Anka did. She's got a candle and she
Mhm,
lights it and she just kind of sits there, um, kind of crisscross applesauce, closes her eyes,
mhm,
lights the candle, and almost goes into a meditative state
mhm.
and listens.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a Constitution check.
As a 10.
Okay. Yeah, it's been a long day, and as you're sitting there meditating, you're kind of like nodding in and out of consciousness, almost in a sleep state.
Hmm.
Um, and kind of in your drowsy state, you see like the flame, right? It's usually has this little smoke that comes up, right? And it looks like the smoke is forming the outline of something.
Yeah, she would kind of blink her eyes to see, like, to make sure she's seeing what she thinks she's seeing.
Hmm.
Um, and she just kind of peers into it to see what it does.
Yeah. It looks like the shape of a person, and it says to you, Ari, you're needed again.
Do I recognize the voice?
It is a very familiar voice to you. It almost echoes, though. It's like you are hearing it everywhere, but not so loud.
So like it surrounds me.
It surrounds
Yeah,
you.
she would just kind of look around, like she's kind of looking up, looking to the sides, like yeah, she's hearing it everywhere.
Hmm.
And then she's just kind of like almost doesn't believe her ears. Um, no, no, Anka,
I wish I
Anka,
could
is that
visit
you?
you. I wish I could be there, but I don't have the strength right now. I have to make this quick. I found him.
You found who?
I found Skellington. Kind of.
She just she like her breath almost like catches in her chest and she like goes to talk and like nothing comes out and she just like takes a second. Where?
We need you to go to Boulder's Gate and join a crew. We
Anka, I
know
don't do cruise anymore.
we know how to defeat him, and you can't do it alone.
She kind of like purses her lips and sighs, puts her head down for a second.
I
I
know
just
it's
hate.
been hard for you, and I
Yeah,
know that there's been a lot, but we have this chance. Will you take it?
she just kind of like puts her head down. Damn it. And she takes a deep breath and nods. Only because it's Skellington. I
The,
will kill that bastard.
the flame goes out, the smoke is no more, and
Yeah, that
darkness
I imagine at
surrounds
that
you.
point. She blinks and she opens her eyes. She stands up and she looks at the dragon who I'm assuming is still eating.
No, he's
We
sleeping
need
now.
Oh, he's sleeping? Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, she would just be like, "Rest up, buddy. Got work in the morning." And she's gonna kind of curl up next to him for safety and eventually fall asleep herself.
Ciora and Oneth, what are you guys up to? You come into port here. What are you guys doing?
Maddie just stepped away.
I'm back.
See? Perfect timing.
Maddie's back.
Perfect timing. I'm really good at that
Perfect
sometimes.
timing.
Not often, but sometimes I'm good at it. Ciora like bounds off of the ship. She is headed off and away.
Mm-hmm.
I will not head off and away. I guess I'm probably gonna look for. I would assume there's like a port master.
Yeah. Sure, there'd
Alright,
be one.
so I'm
There's a
gonna
guy
go-
sitting there. He's got like a podium with books that he's got sitting there, kind of to take in, name, the name of you, the name of your ship, where it's docked, all that stuff.
Oh yeah. What is that name of my ship? I don't remember that one. I don't remember talking about that one.
Well, there's what your ship is, but then the name of your ship is up to you. You can call it whatever you
Oh
want.
yeah. I wish I had more
It's
than 30
the
seconds to
Kobayashi
remember
Maru.
this one.
It's the Kobayashi
Um,
Maru.
Fantasy name generator time. I don't think there's a fantasy name generation for
It's the Starduster.
a live shit. Boom, that's it.
Yeah.
Hope that's not a little weird reference or anything. Okay. I
Kind of.
will.
Kind of.
Oh,
That is the
great.
crop duster.
That's what I
Yeah.
was. That's what happens when I have too many black beans.
I will. I'll step off the ship, and I'll walk over to him. I'm assuming it's a human.
Sure, yeah, you can make that assumption.
I will. I'll bend down and I'll go. Excuse me. What are the proper? What's the proper way to go about docking my ship here? I'm not from around these parts, so I personally wouldn't know.
So he doesn't even look up. He's just writing down name.
Onus Alvo.
Okay. Ship name.
Starduster.
Okay. And what's your purpose here in Baldur's Gate?
To get some supplies for our journey that we're going on.
Hmm.
Hopefully, won't be in town for too long.
Are you planning on trading?
Possibly. I don't think there's too much on here to trade, but maybe if it seems advantageous.
He looks up to glance at you, puts his head back down, and takes like a second look real quick.
Yeah, I'm like leaning over him,
Yeah.
kind of.
Okay.
I am very tall.
Right. He's kind of just like noticing this for the first time. He's like, okay. Well, Mr. Oval.
Alvald. The O is in my first name.
Right. Yeah, you just have to pay the tax of 1 gold piece for the night.
All right. I'll dig through pull my like satchel up that's on my side, and I'll open it up and I'll start digging through it, looking for something, and pull it out. This should be enough. And I put it down in front of him.
He picks it up and looks at it, kind of bites it to make sure it's real, and puts it in his purse. You are good to go.
Thank you. I one more question.
Hmm.
Do you know of anywhere that is? Do you know of anywhere where I could find just some general like provisions and for the road and alcohol that I could buy in bulk?
Buy alcohol in bulk?
Yes, we will be gone for a long time after this. This is one of the few stops we're going to make, so I figured I'd stock up.
If you're looking for more like a general market, there's just the main store in the end of the dock here. But if you're looking to replenish on a lot of supplies, you might want to go ahead and hit up the Boulder Mart.
The Boulder Mart, you say?
Yes, it's over by the center of the town there. You can't miss it. There's, let's see, and he kind of like he pulls out like a little smaller book and looks through it. Yes, we have our entertainer in for the rest of this week. It looks like. Yeah, you can't miss it. There'll be usually a big crowd at the tavern next door. He closes his book and puts it back in his pocket there.
I'll give him a little like nod, and I appreciate the information. I will be on my way then, as to not take up any more of your time. I like stand up straight and start walking off. I guess I'll go to the Boulder Mart first, just to acquire some whatever I need.
Yeah, sure. Sierra, where are you headed while this is all?
Biggest center of town, biggest tavern. She wants to find out what bards are in town.
Yeah, no, the biggest tavern. Yeah, no, you stroll in and you've seen some of these taverns. It's strange because you pass tavern after tavern and they're just empty. Like nothing's there. Until you get to like the center of the city there and you see why all the other taverns are empty, because one tavern is over packed. Like there's a line to get in.
Oh, this looks like it'll be fun. She's been like stopping at every tavern that she passes and like checking in, and there's no one fucking anywhere. She just stops random people and is like, where is everybody? Follows their directions to this main tavern down this road and is like, oh, perfect. We want in.
Yeah. So you
We're
go.
also definitely not waiting in line. She's like walking up to people through the line, like waving at them, starting small conversations. She hands out like little pieces of candy and then just like walks around them until she gets to the front door.
So you get to the front door and you turn to go in and you hit this big bulky man, and he looks down at you. This guy is, the best way to describe him is it almost looks like his shirt has muscles. He's got so much build. No hair, completely bald. Looks down at you and says, "Where do you think you're going?"
Well, preferably inside. This looks like it's going to be a lot of fun to get in there, and there's a lot of people.
He kind of like looks at you, looks down at the long line that goes around the corner, and continues down the block and looks back at you. There's the line.
Yeah, and I said hi to every single one of those people, and now I'm here to walk through that door.
No, that's not how that works. Are you with anybody?
Yeah, them. And she'll point at the people right behind her that she had just given candy to and like said hello and introduced herself to.
Right. Do a persuasion roll.
Yeah, sure, why not? How's the 22 sound?
Sounds better than a 20.
True.
So he looks at the people that you just gave candy to, and they're just like, as they're eating the candy, just like kind of wave at him a little bit. Don't even pay him any mind. Don't pay you any mind. They're just eating the candy, and he goes, "Well, I guess if that's the case," and he steps out of the way and lets you in.
Thank you. And she'll walk in with the people behind her, and she turns around and is like, "Well, thank you for that," and hands them little bracelets. And then she'll turn around and leave.
What kind of candy did you give them?
Oh, they're just little like hard candies, like actual candy.
Okay.
Like a snack, like a treat.
Okay.
She's not out here drugging people.
Well, I mean, this
that
would
be crazy.
This would be the place to do it.
Yeah, but that would be crazy.
So, yeah, so you go in and This is a club like none other. Um, you've been all over, and you've never seen a tavern that has different colored candles, people standing up there like covering and uncovering it, almost making like this strobe light effect inside this tavern as the music is playing. And it's not that typical bard do 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 do. It's like it's jamming music. This stuff is top notch. People are jumping all over the place. The ground is
Oh my god, you just put the rave
soaking.
girl in the middle of a rave.
Yeah, the ground is soaking wet with booze from spilled beer and alcohol and stuff like that. If you could smell the booze over the body sweat of the people that are inside, um, it would overpower you. This is the grandest rave that you could ever be a part of. You can't even see the stage where the performer is playing, which is saying something because the performer is a very tall mammal looking creature. So you can't even see the performer, you just hear it, and people are going nuts over this performer.
Fantastic. When you're at a concert and you want to get to the front of the concert, that's exactly what she's doing. So she reaches into her bag and she pulls out this like fan, and she'll start making her way through the group and through this crowd. And as she's walking through, she's like fanning people and talking to them and like, "Oh my god, you're so cute," type of thing as she walks through.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like fun. Cody, you come in to the gate of Baldur's Gate now. And I'm assuming you kind of just walk into the city. There's in the history of every in the history of you, every time you go to Baldur's Gate, there's only one place that you're going to get a room at because it's always the nicest place. And that place just happens to be the tavern in the center of the town.
Fun.
So you start heading in that direction, and you see the madhouse that this place is a line of people. Now you're familiar with how city life is. Mainly, if you see a line like that, it's not because people are begging to get a room; it's because people are there to see the entertainment. So they're kind of at the tavern section where the bar is at that door. But just before it, maybe a couple feet down a little bit, is the part of the tavern which is the inn section where you can check in and rent a room or whatever. And that section of the tavern is completely empty, minus the person standing at the desk there. But it's not as crowded as the other section.
I'm definitely gonna go there.
Okay, yeah. So you walk in. Are you bringing Popo inside, or you?
I'll leave him outside for the moment.
Okay. So you go in, and you see behind the desk a dwarf. You're not quite sure if it's a male or a woman because they both have facial hair. So you see this dwarf person standing behind the desk.
Hello. I'm looking for a room. Is this the place, correct? I've been here a few times, so I hope it still is.
We got plenty of room right now. How long you staying?
I don't know. For the current moment, let's just go for the night stay. And then I also need boarding for a pack animal.
Okay, so that's gonna be 2 gold for the night. and for the packet it'll be about 5 silver.
What? Here's 3 gold.
Perfect. He kind of like reaches his hand up, grabs the gold, and then hands you a sack of food that comes with the stay for the animal. The
That
the the stay for the animal is just around back there in the barn area, and then hand you a key to your room, and that's the key to your room there. Have a pleasant stay here on Baldur's Gate.
Thank you. I'm looking, Nate,
Mhm.
for someone in this like other half of the building, correct? Or what was I specifically told?
You were told that there's a group that you will be joining, but you weren't given any real specifics about that. You just said that the gods are forming a group.
Okay. Then if I have nothing to go off of, I'm just going to kind of uh go to the back and
Mhm.
put Popo away and make sure he's fine and everything's good to go there. And I'm just gonna like walk around the town, like
Mhm.
just seeing what if anything doesn't like stand out, or if even my god themselves will like give me a
Mhm.
little bit of a hint in the direction I need to go now that I'm here.
Yeah, sure. So you kind of walk around the town. It you see a couple walkers, but a lot of the action is at the one location there at the tavern part. You did hear that the music sounded really, really good. It's music that you haven't heard before, or style of music that you haven't heard before, and it really got the crowd going. Um, and that seems to be where all of the action is. Everybody seems it's kind of like a Friday night, right? Everybody seems to be there at that location. Um, Other than that, the rest of the city is there's the markets that are open. They're getting ready to close down for the evening. Maybe within the next hour or so. And that's really it. But Baldur's Gate is, just like it usually is, except a little bit more entertainment.
I'm definitely going to be looking every other place except for that
Right.
place
No,
because
no,
I
that's fine.
could not physically imagine that the gods would think that the correct people would be in a
Would be
raid.
there. Yeah, no, no.
No, I would be looking for the holy knights somewhere around this city.
There is the temples that are around. Something interesting as you notice the temples. Uh, a lot of them have been sacked. Some have been abandoned, but a bunch of them have been like completely destroyed. Um, there is no more Temple of Lathander. Um, the Temple of Saloon has been it's still there, but it's obviously been in better shape. You see a lot of graffiti on the walls of the temple there. Um, One of the temples has a bunch of like vines and uh forest kind of growing out of it. It looks like it's just been overtaken um by jungle, except coming from the inside. Uh, this is a scene definitely that you've. It's almost like it's unheard out of a nightmare for a cleric.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to ask like one of the temple clerics.
Mhm.
Like after I've seen like one like two of them, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna like go to the third one that I visit and just be like, um, mm, what has gone on within the city and all the temples? Did some major warring faction take over the city and attack even the holy sites within the city?
So this priestess kind of looks up, and it looks like she hasn't slept for days. Her robes are kind of like torn a little bit. Doesn't look like she's even got the money to have them repaired properly. Um, and she looks up and says, What do you mean? Where have you been? You don't know what's going on with the gods?
No, I don't, dear, but you're going to need this, and I hand her a gold piece. This isn't a bribe, this is just another clergy to another clergy individual. I'm going to put this simply. I've been dead for some time, and I need to know what's going on.
She kind of looks at the gold coin, looks at you for making the statement, I've been dead for quite some time, and slowly backs up. How are you clergy if you've been dead? What kind of unholiness is this?
There are many kinds of different deities in this world, dear. You should know that. Some that bring back even those that they love, those that they cherish, and many others. There are many of magics that we can bring people back with. I'm not sure that you are one of the more capable individuals that can do such a thing. I imagine those people would be very protected. I am one of those individuals. Let's just state that I am very cherished by my deity, and that I've been brought back to assist in something with the gods. And I need to know what's going on.
Do a persuasion check. Because she's really, really leery about this story. I want to see if you can persuade her to hear into you.
And 11.
So she kind of looks you up and down a little bit. She's not quite buying the, back from the dead story. But she does kind of agree with you that there's a bunch of other gods out there, and maybe they have heroes that go out and do deeds for them. And she goes, well, if the gods are going to send out heroes, then they're too late because they've already abandoned us. I don't need your charity. Good day to you. And she kind of turns around and dismisses you.
I am very worried for the situation of this world, or at least this world, as even the clergy don't believe in their own deities. This is not good. I'll turn around.
Yeah.
I'll just keep kind of going around the
Sure.
town. I might ask a few people in passing, if I can, if what big thing happened in the city, and this time I'm going to uh not state anything of my person, or
Mhm.
just say I'm a traveling painter and I'm a merchant from outside. Um and if they know any information on what happened within the city.
Yeah, do an investigation check.
Sure. 14.
So you gathered from asking around that there has been this war about with the gods they've kind of gone on and started killing each other. It's been about a year of this going on. There's been fables of this Vecna character that's been killing off gods, but nobody can really verify that because they don't live in the god realm. It's just kind of these stories that they get passed along. Um, the only real evidence that they have to gather is that magic has been slowly leaving this realm. And temples have been shutting down priests and priestesses have either been murdered or abandoning posts. And it's really hard to find a true believer in many of the gods.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna let that soak in. I'm just gonna kind of like peruse the rest of the city as I kind of let that soak in and just take the feelings of the city in. See how, like distraught and like taken over, like how bad was this war? Um and like what have I gotten myself into? Like how serious is this situation? And
Mm.
to my degree, I imagine it's beyond my imagination kind of problem.
Yeah. Are you arrive into the city? Many people still don't like dragons. So you can't just necessarily roll into town with your dragon if you wanted to survive. So you kind of land a little bit outside the city and have your dragon kind of stay hidden in the forest area where he can eat um, as you go into the city.
Okay.
Where do you want to head first?
I think at this point she would just kind of instinctively know that um, there would be a tavern or something nearby, so that's where she would go. She probably, I would assume, hears the music. Maybe she follows the music.
Yeah, so you walk in, you realize a couple taverns that like no one's there, not even the barkeeps. And you keep going to you start hearing this music, and you find that the tavern, um, that is extremely popular, and you stop for a minute because this is the tavern that you last stayed at when Anka was with you.
I think she would kind of like very, very, very gently smile, but she wouldn't allow herself to get caught up in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and straight face, she's just gonna walk in and kind of um, stand in the spot out of the way, but with a presence, if that makes sense. Like she's not skulking in the shadows, but she is trying to. Um,
So she's standing kind of like in the middle of the road there.
oh no, she's not. So she's not inside the tavern.
No, no, you
Oh,
walk
she
up
was
to the
inside.
tavern, and this is where
Oh, I'm
this
sorry.
you see there's a line of people that's wrapping around.
Yeah. Okay.
You happen to notice, the bouncer that's at the doorway. You're not getting in easily through the front door at all.
Um, she's gonna walk up to him and try to persuade him.
What are you saying to persuade him?
She's going to um state that I'm on official business from a god. I need to get in.
Okay. All right. So you walk up, and he kind of like holds his hand out to stop you. You're gonna have to get in the back of the line.
I rolled a 20 in persuasion, by the way.
All right, well, then you better say more than I'm on official business from a god, because that's not very persuasive in any stretch of your imagination. But if you give a little more, I
Um,
can let that 20 slide.
I mean, if she wants to be intimidating.
Yeah, if you want to be intimidating, that's more fun.
all right.
I don't mind rolling a strong
20.
character. Fuck.
How about a 26?
You're about to get beat up.
She's
All
like,
right,
"Do
all
you want
right,
to
all
fuck
right.
with the god?"
It's a bouncer. It's his job. He's going to fight you.
She's gonna kick him in the nuts.
Oh, all right. Roll to attack.
What am I rolling?
To attack.
Just like a. Oh,
If you're kicking, it's usually an unarmed strike there.
Fuck, it was so close to a crit. I rolled an 8. So what is it, a +4, I think? And +3, so 11.
Okay. So, here, let me pull up real quick.
God, it was so close to me. It was like right there, and it rolled an 8.
It rolled
Suck.
over. Will do. Maybe a big bouncer. Okay. Oop. Let's do this one. Nope, that won't work. Let's try. This bouncer. Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun. All right. So yeah, you go to kick him, and he kind of just sidesteps you. And goes to directly punch you in the head. Like kind of bring his fist down on top of you there. And he did crit with a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that would hurt.
So that's going to be 9 and
You get a reaction for that. I know it's
2.
combat, but
So that's going to be 11 damage as like you see stars.
yeah. Do I get a reaction for that? I know it's not quite combat, or is it just like,
I mean, technically, yeah, he attacked you.
yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna hit him with an Eldritch Blast.
Oh, fuck. All right.
I'm not doing this with him.
Yeah,
24 to hit,
that'll hit him.
and it's 7 damage.
Okay. So you hit him with this Eldritch Blast as you kind of like sucker punch him. He comes down and you kind of sucker punch him there. And he blows through the door, right? You kind of launch him into the room, causing chaos. This once nice little wholesome rave has now turned into the grandest mosh pit that you have ever seen.
Can I add to that a little bit for what
I was about to
Torvo
say
would have been doing?
Torvo, you hear this big blast, the bouncer gets shot into the crowd, lands on people, and now the crowd is going nuts.
So for the last few minutes, he's had his drums out, and he's playing this fast music that is smashing the drums, and you can feel it like reverberating in your body. It's like horse hooves, and he's used Major Image to conjure what he thinks is the bird, which is kind of like a cassowary. It's just terrible looking bird with a blue head and vicious claws. On top is this armored figure with bright shining plate and a hammer of pure light fighting some creature of darkness, right? And so he's singing this song about the hero is going to ride on a fierce beast with claws, thirsting for the wicked. And so he's basically chanting a war cry for this hero who's going to be coming into this building to save the realms. And it's flying. This image he's conjured is flying above the crowd. So he's really whipped them into frenzy, expecting someone to come in here sort of with violence, or at least with a lot of power. I think if he'd heard that noise and he sees someone thrown in, his first expectation is this is the hero, right? That he's been waiting for. So
Okay.
I don't know if I can actually see it, if I can see this happening, or if I just hear a noise at this point.
Yeah, no. So you see a flash, hear the noise, see the bouncer launch into the air and land, and now you have like a clear shot to the doorway, and you see this. Well, go ahead and describe Ari again Did you describe her earlier or no?
Now, so Ari is she has green skin. She's got kind of horns, green eyes, and green flowing hair. She's carrying a Nicola with her, um, and she's got some kind of like daggers stuffed in her back pocket. Um, and yeah, she's tall, she's slender, and she was not there to mess around.
Yep. So you see this green figure with horns.
I think he doesn't necessarily buy that is the hero, but he's tired of waiting. So
Yeah.
she's the hero now. So he says, "Here comes the hero of the realms! Rejoice, people!" And the image shifts into like fireworks, and it kind of like goes right onto her body and then dissipates, kind of highlighting her as a, almost like a spotlight, putting her at the center of attention of the entire bar as the hero he's been chanting and singing and bringing this rave to for the last hour or so.
I'm gonna regret asking this, but go ahead and do your performance check.
All right, as long as it's not a 1. Oh, it's
That's it.
pretty low, but it's still a 20.
It's pretty low. Still a 20.
I rolled a 5. It's still a 20.
So, the crowd stops for a second, right? Because they're all getting ready to panic, and then you describe that, and fireworks just appear around Ari, and they go from panic to yeah, and they start jumping again, and all of a sudden, Ari, you are lifted, yeeted off the ground, and crowd surfed towards the front, towards the stage, where you see this huge, woolly mammoth looking creature that's sitting there banging on the drums and saying, "The hero has come," and just literally got this crowd in an uproar.
Yeah, she does not like that at all.
Well,
Um,
unless you're going to take out hundreds upon hundreds of people, you're kind of surfing.
actually, no, I don't think I am. I'm pretty sure she has.
Gonna kill everyone.
No, 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 no.
Imagine
Who's
Missy
over
Step
that
or some
much?
face up away from it.
I thought she had yeah, she has face step. So
You
Yeah,
sure
I
we're
would
the
imagine
heroes
she's
of
gonna
the
face step
campaign?
away from this.
she's face stepping the fuck out. Yeah, so she's gonna go to an area. Is there maybe behind the bar or something where she's kind of out of the crowd?
Good luck. The bar's pretty crowded because they're overstaffed for all the people there. Excuse me.
Maybe she's gonna face step on top of the bar.
All
Oh,
right.
shit.
So you face step on top of the bar, and the audience looks confused for a minute, and then you hear, "Yeah, over here!" And they all look over and they try and grab you again to make you crowd surf towards they're entertained by this.
She's just like, fuck.
It's chaos.
The hero needs a drink. She's at the bar. And I just take gold and I just throw it out as far as I can across. Buy her drinks. And I'm just returning some of the money that they have given me throughout the evening, but I am just hucking it, trying to get her to drink
You
it.
just hear just this roar, "Buy her drinks! Buy her drinks! Buy her drinks!"
She just has this almost look of panic, the fuck did I do?
Siora, as panic has shifted to excitement to chanting, what's going on with you?
Yeah, this is pretty normal for this type of thing.
Yeah.
However, that person looks like they're about to have a panic attack, being the center of attention for this.
Mhm.
So, Siora, about as quickly as Ari here, Faye stepped over there, is gonna pretty much mimic that and end up standing beside her.
Okay.
She also has a starlight step, and it's this literal, just an explosion of glitter, pretty much, as the stardust kind of sprinkles down where she was standing, and then sprinkles down around her where she is next to Ari.
Mm-hmm.
And she's got this real big fan in her hand that she kind of pulls up, and she'll put it in front of them, mostly just to cover their faces, as she looks at her like, do you need a little help?
Yeah, I fucked up.
So now there's two women standing on the bar. The crowd is going wild. Torvo, you're still playing the drums? I'm going to assume.
I'm still.
Yeah.
I'm pounding on it and seeing someone come to her rescue. I'm now including Siora into it and chanting that like her page, her squire is now joining her, and they're here to save us all. You know, I'm really building it up, but now I'm including her in my story.
Right. So they now start chanting heroes, 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 dance, dance, and they're just going crazy over this entire spectacle.
Yeah, Ari is going to cast silence.
Okay. Well, how big of an area does that cover?
Let's see. Let me see the highest level I can go with this thing. 120 feet. How big is the
20-foot sphere?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, 20-foot sphere. How
So it's like 40 feet by 40 feet.
Mm-hmm.
How big is that room?
Getting over to it real quick. If it'll load. Load, Linky. It's bigger than 40 feet. I'll tell you that.
Is it?
Yeah, it's. Well,
You can
let's
certainly
see
shut
here.
up some people, though, right?
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
shut up like the audience in front of you, but it's being overtaken by the roar of people behind them. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Call
Siora
it
kind
10
of,
by 1, 2,
she'll
3, 4.
flick her hand so that her fan closes and toss it into her bag, and she holds her hand out for Ari to help her off of the bar and kind of
20.
motions like back behind the bar for her to step down.
So this dance area is about 200 feet long.
Oh my god.
Like 200,
Dang.
200 square feet is essentially what it is.
Oh my god.
It's huge and packed.
Okay. Damn, I had another idea, but I'll
So Siora will help her down off of the bar, behind the bar, so that she can not be in the middle of the crowd.
Yeah.
And we'll dance. We have a real cool item that's a whip that basically glows in fire. It just glows.
Mm.
So something that's really common at raves is called flow dancing with a fiber optic whip. So she's basically just going to emulate that, and she'll just do it to the beat of our bard's music with a 20 for performance.
Yeah, no, this is the coolest thing that these people have ever seen. And you start seeing like people trying to make these light whip things out of whatever they've got, and they're trying to just wave lights around, and the closest thing they could come to a light is like open flame. So you see these candles just like waving in the air.
That's dangerous. But Sierra's just giving Ari a chance to get out of the main crowd and out of focus.
Well, you say that's dangerous, but remember the floor is covered with alcohol.
Yeah.
This is getting really dangerous really fast.
Yeah.
Are there any doors? Like, so we're behind the bar. Is there like a door that maybe goes back into the...
You're not behind the bar. You're on the bar.
No, I thought she said we jumped down. Or did I mishear?
I could have misheard.
Yeah. Siora was helping her down off of the bar behind it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're like behind the bar now. So is there like a back room or something that we can...
So there is a back door there that kind of leads into the kitchen.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm going to need someone that's not part of this fun adventure at the moment. Uh, Oneth, I need you to roll me a percentile die.
Won't you give me 1 moment?
Yeah.
Those are always fun.
We love
Oh,
those.
so loud.
We love them.
23.
Yeah. That's the roll I wanted.
Mhm.
So, you guys start heading back towards the door. You open the door, you go through, you close the door, and then you hear a loud cry of scream. Torvo, you actually see a little bit of what happens is, the crowd's going crazy, and all of a sudden, you hear a thud and flame burst out of the middle of the crowd, and now there's a rush for the door as
Um,
the tavern is now setting on fire.
how tall is the ceiling in here?
About 10 feet high. Pretty tall.
So, hear me out here. I have tidal wave.
Mm-hmm.
I can, but it says the area can be up to 30 feet long, up to 10 feet wide, and up to 10 feet tall. So I would like to make a small area above everyone's head where it's raining, and that's where it appears. So no one would take damage, and then the water immediately goes down and puts out the flames. So you only take damage if you're in the area when it appears.
Okay.
So if you read that is the same way as I do in terms of the spell, I can have it appear above people, so they're not hit with the force of the tidal wave appearing, but then the water can wash away the flames.
Well, so it's still gonna drop on people, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not gonna sprinkle rain. It's going to drop pretty heavy on people.
Because if I think it's going to hurt them, I'm obviously not going to do it until people are gone. Like there's space. I would hold this until I feel like people have gotten enough away that I could put out the fire. But if it's a way, if I feel like I could drop it and they would get wet, yes, they might fall, but it's not going to burn anyone.
Yeah.
But if it looks like it could damage them, then no. I'm gonna wait till there's some space and have the wave appear right on the fires and shove them out and not have it hit anyone other than the water dispersing and putting out flames.
What's the type of damage that it does?
It's bludgeoning. So
Yeah.
it says the area can be whatever. Each creature in that area makes a dex saving throw. On a failed save, they take damage. On a success, they take half as much.
Yeah, I
The
think
water then
it would
spreads
literally
out.
be the force of the water slamming on top of them.
Okay, then
would hurt
I would
them.
wait till they move, and then I would have a small point of water come in there, and it would certainly the water would spread across the room in 30 feet, but it would just be on the flames.
Okay.
So I'd wait till people are clear.
All right. So let's go ahead and start this fun little clock. Okay. So we're gonna
I'll be holding that, waiting for enough people to be clear where I feel I can throw water on the fire and stop it.
All right, awesome. So you're holding that. The girls are trying to escape out the back there. Oneth, you're coming up to the Boulder Mart. You see the line for the tavern right across. So you're like, oh, this must be the spot. You start walking up, and all of a sudden you start seeing people panicking. The line disperse, and like people fighting to get out the door.
All right. Well, looking at this, just trying to go through my spells, see if there's anything I could
You
do
would also
here.
be like
Which
100% confident that Ciora is
yeah.
definitely inside that building.
Yeah, for sure. I was gonna go up and be like, hey, I'm looking for my friend. I know she's here. She's weird. Don't have to do that anymore.
Probably
all
convinced
right.
she started it.
Yeah, right. No. So I'm gonna walk up to someone like that's running away, and I guess I'll honestly I'll just grab them, right? I'll lean over and grab them by the shoulders. And I'll go, excuse me. And I'll like lift them up. I can do a strength check if you want. I'll
Mhm.
lift them up to like we're eye level. See if I succeed. Oh, so I don't succeed. So that's a 7. Wait, no, I have an advantage. No, I don't. That's on saving throws. I lied. Okay. Whoops. So I guess I'll just like go to pick them up, and then they'll like slip out of my hand. So I'll just hold them down there. And I'll go, excuse me. I'm sorry to disturb you, but could you tell me what's happening? It'll just be any random person. I don't
Yeah.
really care who.
They just go, there's a fire in the tavern and it's gonna kill everybody, and like she's like fighting to get away and tries to start running again.
All right. Thank you. And I'll kind of like push them off.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna try to, I guess, push through the people running away.
You will be doing a strength check for that because
Yeah,
it
for
is
sure.
a crowd of hundreds of people.
Let's see. Yeah, let's do this. I believe in
And
myself.
it will be at different disadvantage, so that'll just be a regular check for you.
I don't have advantage on checks. I only have advantage on. Dude, I'm not, bro. 8. What the heck?
All right, yeah, no,
So I'm not making it through there.
you're not, like, you're trying to push through and like you're almost going back with the crowd.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna get. Let's see. Spells. Drastic times. Drastic measures. Fireball. Where is it? I'm just kidding. Not fireball.
You're gonna set it on even more fire.
Yeah, that's probably not a bad
I
idea.
cast tsunami.
Yeah, right. No, that's not gonna do anything. I was thinking I had like a really loud noise, but that'll just scare people more. I guess I'll try to get out of the crowd, like
Yeah,
push my way to the side, and I wanna see if there's any like secondary entrances that I can get through
there's the front door.
and into. Well, yeah, but that's kind of like a lot of
Well,
people.
so there's that door, right? But then there's the door that goes into the hotel section or the inn section of that building.
Okay, I'll go into the inn area.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anyone like in here? I'm assuming like workers or something.
The dwarf behind the desk.
I'll walk up to the dwarf and excuse me, sir. There seems to be a fire, and my friend's inside. Um, I wanted to know if there's a secondary entrance because the main one into the room seems to be a little occupied currently.
A
Could you
fire
assist me here? Yes.
in my tavern. Motherfucking raves, I swear to fucking God. And like you can just see she is absolutely frustrated. She, she goes and grabs like this bucket of water that's just sitting behind there and starts marching towards the like down this hall. Towards I guess where you would assume she's gonna try to go in and douse the fire. And so she starts going down this
Follow
hallway.
her.
Yeah. Oh man. Cody, you are not too far away as you're looking at all the
Just eating a creep in my hand.
right. And now where there once was music, you're starting to hear a lot of screaming in that area, and it happens to be from the place that you were staying, and you see smoke rising from it.
That could be a problem. I'm gonna head over there.
Mhm.
But try and keep my distance because it's potentially dangerous.
Yeah.
But try and figure out the situation.
All right. Let's go to Torvo next. Torvo, it's starting to clear out. You are able to have this little opening where you can drop the water, but by this point, because of all the liquor on the floor, the fire has spread like across the floor, and it's starting to head towards the stage.
Okay. I can with the tidal wave. I can do from the point I drop it and then 30 feet out.
Mhm.
So I'm not sure how much area that's going to cover the flame. So I can make the tidal wave actually
About
pretty big.
about 30
But
feet of 200 square feet.
well, if the whole thing is on fire and people are running through the fire, like everyone's on fire in the whole room, is that what you're saying?
It is. So it is scorching up the liquor that's on the floor. So you just see this flame kind of like dancing across the floor rapidly.
8, 10, 10. Yeah, so I can make a 30 by 10 feet cube and then 30 feet out from that. So what is that? 30, 60, 90 by, I don't know. I can do like 90 by 60
Alright, so
square.
we'll just say like you could cover half of the floor with water.
Oh,
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
I don't want to hit, again, I don't want to hit people with it, but if it feels like it's cleared out and I can cover as much as possible with water, I will try to stop the fire as best I can.
So you can drop the water on that one instant spot, right? Which wouldn't really hurt anybody because nobody's there, and then it would just spread out. And
Right.
spreading out of the water is not going to hurt anybody. It's mainly just the force of dropping a tidal
Right.
wave on someone's face, right?
Yeah.
So you're able to kind of cover half of the floor and get out half of the flame. You still see it's reaching around and trying to make its way back behind the bar where there is more alcohol.
I mean, I would
that
again,
would be me.
I would again be aiming. I would be starting to do a wave over there too, but I'll let.
Yep. We're kind of
yes,
doing like an
Sora.
unofficial initiative
Right.
order here. Girls, what
That would
is it that you
be-
were guys doing now that you were
that would
behind
be
the door?
me.
Yeah.
I was looking for create or destroy water. I don't have that, but I do have create food and water, which lets me just throw 30 gallons of water on the ground.
Hey,
Hey, that works.
So same thing, honestly.
Well, so here's
We're gonna cast that.
here's your one problem is you're on the other side of that closed door and didn't
She
see
actually
the
would
flame.
not have followed Ari, is the thing. She was helping Ari get out, but was not following her.
I see. So you're behind the
goal.
bar, not
Mhm.
running through the door, but watching all of this chaotic stuff happen. Nice. Okay, yeah.
So
cool.
she would go ahead and just literally throw 30 gallons of water on the ground.
Okay. That's a lot of water.
It's a fair amount of water.
Yeah, I think that'll cover the rest of it.
Yeah. That should be able to cover the rest of it, but his didn't.
There you go. All right, so you've gotten the water you got the water across the ground. It's pushing through the alcohol. So now where it's doused out some of the flame, the alcohol is starting to leak out of the out of the tavern down the street, and the flame is following. So now you got flame going outside and blazing in front of the doors because you pushed out the alcohol.
Well, that's a whole new issue, but we saved the tavern.
You saved the tavern. Now you just got this moving flame going down the road.
Anyone got that control flames?
I
cantrip
can
or
just
spell?
keep doing tidal wave and diluting the alcohol to the point where it won't burn. I mean, I could cast tsunami, but that's gonna give a whole nother cast of problems.
That's a whole new problem, right?
I don't think we want to do a tsunami on the town.
Tell me why none of us have control flame.
All right, Ari, what is it that you were doing? So inside, on the other end of that door is the kitchen, and then a staircase that goes down, and then a door next to that staircase. What do you do?
I mean, yeah, I'm assuming she didn't see doors in the kitchen, so she would go for the staircase to see if she.
No, so there's the door you came through, right? The staircase, and right next to the staircase, you can either go down the staircase or there's a door next to the staircase.
Oh, she'll try to go for the door next to the staircase.
Yep. So you go through the door, open it up, and you run into this dwarf person, and see this big giant 8-foot creature kind of like trying to run behind her.
She was just gonna stammer. How do I get out of here?
Are you guys burning down my tavern? Pretty sure I've done 3 different voices for this person.
No. Just trying to get away from the crazy people out there.
Get out of the way! And like she pushes through you and tries to go out to where the bar is. And now it's you in this 8-foot. How many eyes did you have, Trey? Like 6?
6.
Yeah,
It has
6-eyed
6.
creature thing.
That is a very good descriptor of what my character is.
Why do you have so
She's-
many eyes?
She's gonna kind of look at him.
All the better to see you with.
She's
you know?
gonna kind of look at him from toe to head, right? And just kind of like look up. Yeah, you'll do. I don't know.
Alright.
I don't suppose you can get us out of here. I'd be ever
Well,
grateful.
I'm actually looking for a friend of mine. She's much smaller than I am, of course. A little ecstatic. And I'm 100% sure she came here. I was just wondering if you saw anyone like that.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people out there that fit that description. You don't want to go out there. It's smoking. It's fiery. It's bad. We need to get out of here.
But I gotta go that way. I mean, since I gotta find my friend. Name's Ciora, if you've seen her. Maybe. Name, I don't know. I don't know how these, I mean, I do know how these things go. I've been dragged here a couple of times, but not here. I'm gonna go find my friend now.
She's like sighs and like shakes her head. So she is in that room. How did he get into that room? Like I would assume she would want to find her way out.
It's a hallway.
She
Well,
doesn't
I guess I
the
go, the
hallway.
exit's that way. There's only 2 ways, and I'll run past.
Okay. Yeah, then she's gonna go the way he directed her.
All right, so you run down the hallway. The hallway kind of turns, and then you are now in the foyer of the inn.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep trying to find an. I want outside.
Yep, nope. There's a door, obviously, right there at the end, so you can get out that way.
She goes right outside.
Mhm.
Is it chaos outside or is she?
Oh, it's people rushing out of the tavern. They're running all over the place, and then you kind of like look over to where they were running out, where you kind of went in, and now this, uh, we'll call it like this body of flame starts kind of crawling out and going down the road as water is pushing it out.
Not on me. This is not on me.
I mean, it's kind of on you.
She yeah, she's just going to try to like find her way out of the chaos. She's paying it no mind. She needs to find which did yeah, no one told her to look for anybody in particular. Yeah, she's just gonna find her way out of the chaos. Anka didn't give her any specific direction on someone to look for, just told her to go to Boulder Gate. So yeah,
Okay.
she doesn't know.
So,
She's gonna find her way out of chaos.
do you go left or right?
Which way is the crowd?
Left.
Yeah, she's gonna go right.
All right, so you go right, and you find a stable. That's kind of like right next door there. Do you run past the stable, or do you go hide in the stable?
Are there people running? Is there anybody else near the stable?
I mean, there's people that are dispersing and running all over the place. The bigger crowd's behind you, but there's still people running all over.
She is. Does she have a clear path to get back to the forest where the dragon is?
No.
Is she? Can she head in that direction without going back into the chaos?
No.
All right. I guess she will just She wants to try to find a way to get back to that forest. Um,
Or you could always wait
there's
for
no
the chaos to calm down.
yeah. I guess she'll just kind of hang out there then.
Okay. So you kind of hang out right there in front of the stable, and then as you sit down and kind of just ride this like little wave out, you see the head of a strange bird kind of like pop its head out and then put its head back in. Like kind of looked around and was like, okay, and pulls its head back in and goes back to eating. Cody, you see all this fun chaos. You see this flame kind of come out the door, just like now surfing down the street there. What do you do?
If I can't tell where it's coming from or
I
like
can't-
kind of what's going on from
it-
outside, I'm going to run around the outside and get to my dear friend Popo.
Yep. So you run around. You head over to the stable there and see a green girl kind of sitting there in front of the door where Popo is behind, just sitting there.
Do you know what's going on here?
Some moron started a fire inside of the tavern. Barely got out with my life.
I guess that's not good. If you'll excuse me, I have to get in here real quick and get my friend out of this situation.
She steps out of the way and kind of gestures.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Popo and unhinge him and bring him outside.
Torbo, as that's going on, you're helping push the rest of this flame out.
Yeah, I'm gonna shout to I guess it's Yora who's still in there. Be like, you, hero's apprentice. If you drop water on one side and I drop water on the other, maybe we could sandwich the flames together and stop them. Maybe that'll work. I don't know.
That sounds like a good enough idea to me.
All right, let's try it.
All right, so
I'll try to time it to water on each side to force the water to collide together and maybe stop the flames.
All right, awesome. So the way that you guys are going to do this, you're going to go outside where the flames are at, right? I'm going to have you roll a percentile die, each of you. And we are going to round that out. And if it's a good percentage, it works. If it's not a good percentage, we'll see how bad it is.
All right.
I rolled 71.
71%, okay.
I rolled a 90.
Hey.
So you two sandwich this thing together, and like you squash it out. And there is no more flame. And there is no more panic.
Handled. Look at that.
Well,
we got that down.
He'll
Where's
go over
the owner of this tavern?
I don't know. In there, maybe?
So as
well
you
met, I'm Torvo.
Goes to walk back inside and then stops and turns to look at this guy who she just now realized was the person that was playing the bard and goes, oh my god, you did such a great job up on that stage. I got something for you. And she pulls a little bracelet off of her hand and holds it out for him. It's definitely not going to fit his hand.
Great. I'll slide it on one of my tusks. I think it'll fit on there.
Yeah. You did so good. That was a great job in there. This tavern owner should not be having candles as their light source in here, and we should probably go talk to them about that. I don't think this
and the
fire
spilling
was
of
started.
alcohol everywhere. I mean, come on. They need to be better about how they serve their alcohol.
They start like heading back inside.
Right. So Torvo, as you guys are having that conversation, I need you to make me a perception check.
All right. Perception. 12 plus, what is my perception? 4, 16. If it's smell, I have advantage. Is it something I'm smelling?
Nope, it's something that you're glancing at.
Okay, 16 then.
So in your peripheral vision, you see a bird and a fox-like creature kind of saddling it up, or what are you're taking care of Popo. And are you getting ready to do something? What was it that you're doing there, Cody?
Yeah, I'm getting Popo to safety. I'm trying to, you know, get him out.
All right, so you see out of uh the stable this fox-like creature leading this gigantic bird um out of the stable.
I'll tap. I still don't know Siora's name. I'll say, "Hero's apprentice. The real hero's over there. I need to meet up with them. I'll be back maybe." And then I'll take off after uh, the other person I don't know yet.
She
Yeah.
like barely gives that an acknowledgement as she walks back inside.
Okay. So as Torva, you're headed
He's
that
side
way.
questing. It's okay.
What's that?
He's side questing. It's okay.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
of
Yeah.
course.
So as you're side questing, Siora, what are you're walking into this tavern to give the owner some business?
Yeah, she walks inside and is like looking around for the owner. Presumably, she spots Oneth coming in through the back entrance as well.
Yeah, so you see this dwarf like creature with a beard with this bucket looking around. What are you guys doing to my tavern? And then you
We
see
handled the fire already.
Ornith walking behind.
We handled the fire already, and she's walking straight up to this dwarf. And while she's walking up to her, she's digging around in her bag, and she pulls this item out and holds it out to her. Like, really aggressively, actually. And it's this little dodecahedron that's just in her hand as she holds it out to this woman. This dwarf. This man?
Man,
Something.
woman, dwarf. Yeah.
I can't tell.
Bearded dwarf. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
You just have dodecahedron. I'm not even gonna ask.
And what incarnation is this?
If you're gonna be holding things in here with so many people and so many light sources, you need to use something that's not gonna catch on fire with all the alcohol. These, and she taps it and it starts lighting up with a bunch of different colors. It kind of flashes a little bit. It gives the same effect as the candles that you were using, and they're not gonna light on fire. Find yourself an artificer.
So you really came into my tavern, ruined the place.
I did not start this fire. She looks up over the dwarf's head at Oneth and points at him and goes, I learned my lesson in Eberron.
Okay. Oh, as she says that, he lets out a sigh of relief, like, oh, okay, like as if his first and really only question that he was about to ask has been answered.
But you put out the fire, right?
Of course, there was a fire and hundreds of people in here in danger.
Who's going to pay for all this water damage?
Who's gonna pay for the fire damage?
You know, I have
Her
insurance
hands on her
for
hips,
that.
staring at her.
I
I'm
have
sure your insurance will cover water damage.
Nope, my insurance is definitely not gonna cover somebody dousing everything with water. Look at this. It's flooded in here. What is this? Isn't even natural causes. They're gonna say that you threw some kind of party and people are throwing water all over like it's a good thing. Ruined everything. You gonna pay for that?
Or you could have been in trouble with having to deal with the insurance of all these people who were injured in the fire that started in your building because you have unprotected flames.
Yeah, do you have an injury report? Do you see anybody injured? No. Hard to prove that one, isn't it? All I know is someone is in here starting fire and then dousing everything. How do I know it wasn't you just
Well-
pretending?
Well, I guess I could have just let your tavern burn,
Yeah, you should have. I would have gotten insurance money out of it.
and you would have gotten hundreds of people killed.
Not necessarily. They all ran out just fine.
I like to imagine there's still like one or two people in here who are just like not quite positive what the fuck is happening.
So there's like a little booth over there, like back in the corner where there's these two drunk guys. They're just like, they wake up. What's that smell? Not even sure why they're in the water. Just like completely passed out.
Well, as long as no one's hurt, right? And of course, from one semi-establishment owner to another establishment owner, I hope that you're able to pay off these fines. But as the people who saved your establishment, I feel as though we are, how do you say, good in each other's books, I suppose. That is a phrase some would use here. So on that note, Siora, assuming you're fine, we should leave.
Sierra is still like talking to herself a little bit, kind of like, look, it's even not even that hard. She's kind of waving her hand, prestidigitation, water her away because that's something you can do. Just kind of like being a little sassy at it. Hears him say, "We should leave," and her name, and looks up and goes, "Yeah, I'm all right with that," and goes to walk out.
Right. Well, and I'll start walking. You know, I'll turn to the dwarf lady. And goes, good day. Have a nice night. Good Merry Christmas. Don't sue us. And I will walk out the door.
As you walk out, you just hear, "What the hell is Christmas?"
Right.
He catches up with her. She turns around like, not the right universe for that.
It's too many. I can't remember these things. So we came for a reason. Oh yeah, I meant to. That was where I was. Oh well. Do you any more visions? You know, what are we supposed to be doing here?
Visions? No. I met a lot of really nice people though. I think that I found somebody who was not exactly from around here, but she wasn't, from somewhere like we're from somewhere. It was kind of weird. She didn't quite know what she was talking about. I think she might have actually been a little bit off of it, and she kind of does like the crazy motion. Not that I'm one to judge because, well, I tried to ask her if she wanted anything, and then everything started just erupting and everything. And out the corner of her eye, she like turns to look as she's looking for the bard that she had met earlier. And can I see the group?
Well, the bard's huge, so
Yeah.
yeah, you can see the bard. It's this big old naked
Okay.
furry beast of a thing.
Oh my god, I met the bard that was playing all of the music today. He actually helped me put out all the fires. Let's go talk to him. It was so cool. And she grabs his arm and like pulls in air quotes him as she starts to walk and expects him to walk with her.
So Siora grabs Oneth and starts walking to this practically naked mammoth.
I'm slow jogging down the street, chasing after the woman with the bird because my god said to go there, and why not?
Yeah, do a dexterity roll for me, just because I'm interested in to see how this goes.
You want acrobatics or just straight dexterity check?
Straight dexterity.
18.
Okay, so you're running, and with all the excitement, you weren't really checking out your little situation below, and the back of your flap kind of got caught on the opposite side of your leg, and you just got bare ass running down the road. And Siora and Oneth see bare ass mammoth running down the road. Front
not care.
Yeah, front business is fine, but you just got ass hanging out.
Also, perfectly normal, strangely enough.
Perfectly normal. Yeah. Why not?
The flap is to make everyone else more comfortable, not me. So he's just going.
That's insane. I'm with crazy people. I'm with crazy people. And the only interaction with normal people is a person who makes drugs and sells them. Oh my goodness.
It's clean back there. That's all I gotta say about it.
Would Ari see that from where she's at?
No, he's running towards your area.
Okay.
You would just see this big
gracious.
half-naked mammoth running in your direction.
He was all naked.
Oh yeah. How tall is this mammoth compared to my character? Are we like same height?
7'2".
Okay. So you're about there.
Yeah.
You're almost up there with the cool kids, you know?
Yeah, you
Not
don't
quite.
You don't quite dwarf him, but he's
Yeah.
See, like eye to chin.
Eye to chin is crazy. Yeah.
Everyone else is at your like navel. Don't even talk about those gnomes, man.
Oh my goodness.
Gnomes are like up to my shitting, bro. What are you talking about?
All right, so Torbo, you make
Torbo's
it.
sort of calling, Hero Bird Lady, I don't know your name. Dionysus didn't tell me. I'm supposed to be looking for you. Please wait.
Cody, you hear this like
gods, they should tell me the people's names.
Cody, you hear this like loud screaming being talk about this bird lady and how the gods told you to look for you.
I'm just gonna look at him because it's already crazy enough. Like I'm just
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
like try and see who this crazy person is.
Yeah, no, there's this mammoth kind of running in your direction. Talking about your bird. That sounds weird.
Oh, he's like coming towards me.
Yeah.
Like a slow jog. And it's sort of like chattering and in a sing-songy voice of, why do these gods? I mean, they said to find this person. They could give me some information. I mean, come on, they're gods. They know everything. Just tell me something.
It's kind of
He's
like
sort of
that.
arguing with himself as he's coming towards you.
Kind of like that Baywatch jog in the intro
Yeah.
scene.
I'm just gonna like
Hair
tilt
blowing
my head a little
perfectly.
bit. Yeah, but like I was looking for something out of the ordinary, and this is definitely out of the ordinary. So I'm just
Yeah.
gonna like stop Popo for a second and like turn around and wait for him to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Okay.
pulling Oneth around behind her, like, why are all these people talking about gods talking to them? Do you think they're also having visions? And she stops and like slams her hand on his chest.
I'll Oneth will kind of look over and, or I guess down, and I'll be like, I suppose I don't entirely know, but maybe these are people who are worthwhile to talk to.
Oh
So
my god, do you think it's the same lady who's dying in my visions all the time? I'm tired of seeing her.
Ari, you see this mammoth talking about gods talking to him. You got this fox lady that's pulling this bird out, and you're still like sitting on the ground, and all this is happening around you. Kind of like the most strangest thing to be sitting amongst. It's like you're not even part of the conversation, but it like you're there. You're in it. What are you doing?
Yeah, she's just like, this place sucks. So she's gonna kind of stand up and dust herself off, and I'm assuming she sees. Sorry, Maddie, I forgot your character's name.
Ciara.
She sees Ciara.
So you would definitely see Oneth. It's a big old 8-foot tall, 6-eyed thing. Walking behind this 7'2" furry elephant. Coming up to a tiny, we'll call her what somewhere in the 5-foot range fox with a bird. Definitely the strangest thing you've seen. And you've seen strange.
We're diverse.
Sure are.
She's just gonna walk over to this. She doesn't know what to say because she got no direction from Anka whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
She's like gonna walk over to them and kind of open her mouth and.
You heard Ciara say something about a god in her visions.
That you said that I didn't see Ciara.
No, you heard. Heard.
Oh. No, heard earlier or I heard now.
As they're approaching, you don't see her, but you hear that voice talk about this god in her visions.
Gotcha. So yeah, at that point, then she would get up and she would look for Ciara. Did you say something about a goddess?
Well, I think she's a goddess anyway, and she just starts prattling on. Still following this mammoth who has still not stopped walking as they are trying to get to her. They're trying to get to him. And she still has not seen Alice yet because she's staring at the back of a giant mammoth.
And
yeah, she is.
She looks over at Ari.
Brother,
like,
yeah, she is.
Oh, you again? Yeah, some goddess that like I think she's a goddess anyway. She's been in my head talking every time I really just wake up on the ground. Apparently I like faint or something. But this goddess has been talking to my dream, sleep, unconsciousness, the period of time where I'm not actually thinking about nothing, but I'm not high enough to say that I'm tripping. Anyway, she's been talking to me about, well, I don't know, I guess loneliness or something, looking for some sort of skeleton, something like that, and I really just don't know what's going
Whoa,
on.
whoa, 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 whoa. Skeleton. Skellington? She kind
She
of
pauses
questions
for a
me.
second, kind of thinks about it.
It's not how
Yeah,
you spell skeleton.
yeah, I thought she was just saying it weird. Is that like a thing? Like, what is that?
Skellington is a friend.
Oh, a
I believe
person.
Skellington's a person, and I think I know who's
She turns around and like
talking to you.
hits Oneth with the back of her hand again. Like, you were so right. There is no G in skeleton.
Yeah, this person obviously doesn't know how to spell skeleton.
She sent me here. I have a feeling that I'm supposed to meet you. We need to go
Well,
find
we
Skellington.
met.
We need to go find Skellington.
I have no idea where he is.
He's gonna look over at her tall companion. I don't suppose you know where Skellington is?
Ma'am, I do not even know who any of these people are. I am simply here because Siora is.
Right.
Siora just has this big smile on her face, and she holds out her hand for Ari, and it's just got a little piece of candy in it.
Is that a safe piece of candy, or
Yes,
are
I am
we
not giving out stuff like that right now.
She doesn't
Although
have
I
a white
did
van.
inside.
okay? I actually
I
painted
think there's a few people
my
in
ship
this
white.
town that owe me money now, by the way. And she looks up at him over her shoulder.
All right, so you need to message me what you gave out to who.
So we're starting debts up again. This is not okay.
Look, I didn't mean to.
We could just scrub it. You know, we could always make more.
Fine.
Seems like the easiest. We should keep file. We should. Let's
Right,
catch
the
up to this
mammoth. I
this
want to
feller.
touch his fur. And she stops, looks up at him like, is that weird? Can I do that? I'm gonna do it. And she just walks away in front of them towards him.
I'll follow like directly behind.
Yeah. All right. Let's go. Oh man, let's go back to Torvo there. You at this point have reached the Fox and the Bird. Sounds like a
Greetings,
Disney movie.
greetings, hero. I guess I don't know. Dionysus told me to find a person with the bird. Said I was to help them. That I was to help them look good or do something. I don't know, but it seemed like a good idea at the time. Cause why not?
Your god has told you to find me.
I'm assuming it's you. I mean, they said a hero with a bird. I mean, gods are incredibly vague. I don't know how many you know. I know a lot of gods, and gods just, they come down and they kind of pull our strings, and they've got something they want. They're not exactly clear all the time. But they said find a person with the bird. You're a person with the bird. So I'm presuming it's you. I kind of expected something, and he'll kind of like gesture to her. More like shining armor, a warhammer of pure light, a bird of dread and fierce terror, not a giant chicken. But I'm here to help. What am I here to help with?
You wanted someone flashy, is that it?
I mean, yes. I mean that's half of being a hero is being
if
flashy.
he's gonna say that, I'm just going to snap my fingers, and I'm going to cast Warding Flare on myself, and it's gonna fucking flash, and he's gonna get fucking blinded. It pretty much is like one of those strobe fireworks, but like probably like a flashbang. It's pretty much more or less what it is.
Oh, what we can work with that. That's good. And I'm not gonna. I mean, I'm blinded, but I'm like I like that. See, we could use that to really enhance your persona because it's great that you're understated, but you have room to work on to make your name, right? Because if you're a hero and people know you're a hero, then things are easier for you.
I mean, I would think I'm quite flashy and I'm quite capable. I am Athena's chosen, so I'm a quite capable and fairly powerful individual. If power is what you seek, but I don't try and show it. Though if your god is talking to you, I imagine you might be one of the people my god was asking me to join in an endeavor to kill an enemy of the gods named Vecna. I don't know if you were told that much information, but the information I was provided is I am to join these individuals on a boat that can traverse these kinds of realms. But I don't imagine you have such a boat, or do you?
I do not. See, her god actually tells her what to do. Maybe you could take some hints. He sort of like shouts out to the sky. I was told nothing. I mean, I think Dionysus likes to have a little bit of a show. He said to find you, so sure, we're supposed to take out some god. So sure, an enemy of the gods, and we need a boat.
Do the same thing as you. I mean, it's a good start to talk to the gods and get some favor with them. But eventually you'll get to a level where you no longer have to. Yes, there's to their existence and to their support of me.
Well, it's good we met you. There's some others we need to meet, and we really, before we go anywhere, we have to clear things over with this town. I mean, we caused quite a mess. Or I guess you didn't cause quite a mess. There was something, but
we
need to at least throw a party for everyone.
Fire?
No, it was an accident. Really, a lot of incompetence in this tavern, and we were able to stop the fire. I don't think anyone got seriously injured, but it's always good habits to at least throw an extra party right before you leave a town to make sure everyone's still in good spirits. So we need to have one more party before we leave.
I mean, if you're so inclined, you can do as you wish, but I believe time is of the essence since we are kind of at war with this god, and your god is probably on the chopping block as well as many of the other gods, including my own, I would imagine. So, where you get your powers and everything else from, I imagine, would be gone, and probably this entire world would be gone as well.
Maybe not a multi-day party then.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, it's fun. I agree, and it's exciting. But if you are to join us, I imagine that your priorities might need to change. But who are those people following you?
I didn't actually catch their name. The one on the right, not the green one, and not the tall one with lots of eyes. That one helped me put out the fire, so she seems good.
So you point.
The other
out
one I
Siora,
mistook for you.
You point out Siora as she's reaching her hand out to like touch you.
Oh yes.
Okay, that's crazy.
It's been a few hours since someone did this. Feel all over. It's really interesting because it's really soft, but you can still feel all the tone underneath. And he kind of like flexes and it pulls out his whole body, so you can just touch wherever you want.
She's like petting his arm. Like she had gotten to them and like stood next to him and went to put his arm on his or her hand on his arm, like to let him know that she's there and also to pet him. And she's standing there. She looks up like, "Ha! Oh my God, your ears are like so cute. Are they real? Can I touch them?" And she reaches out to see if Alice would let her touch her ears.
Alice is just gonna take like a step back and be like, "What do you want?"
Your ears,
Maybe
they're
we
just so
should.
cute. They look so pretty. And she realizes you don't want her to touch you. So she like pulls a bracelet off her wrist instead and holds it out to you like they're so cute. You just look so pretty.
Well, if that's what you want, dear, that's fine. You can touch my ears. But I will take the bracelet. And she, like, kind of leans in with a smile.
She happily lets you take the bracelet. She has so many up her arms that are like underneath of the sleeves of the cardigan when she reaches up to like pet your ears.
She just kind of curtsies to let you kind of touch or sniff or do whatever you want. And she puts the bracelet on.
Did you smooth things over with the tavern owner?
Oh yeah, she's mad. They're
I mean,
mad.
That's
He's mad.
an
Where are
understatement.
we?
they're kind of like, go from mad to less mad. I mean, regardless of whatever she complained with, I brought in hundreds of gold for her the last couple of days I've been here. They're fine.
Yeah, she was just mad about everything being wet. But it's as if you can't like cast a simple spell and get rid of the water.
I mean, not everyone can, but I don't know if they can.
Well, then she could have asked for help instead of being aggressive with me about it.
Maybe she didn't know that you could cast the spell.
She like turns to look at him like, you don't have to defend her. Them. Him.
Right. I will not.
So,
Anyway,
Uh,
I'm Ciora. This here is Oneth. This is what's your name? And she holds her hand out to Ari.
Sorry. She takes her hand.
This is
So-
Ari.
sorry, Ari and Siora, about getting you caught up in the big party. I mean, I had been playing for quite a while, expecting the hero to come in, and I had really worked up the crowd. I had to deliver something. I mean, I was starting to lose them. You could tell, right? The party was going downhill. It was at a 12, and it was starting to reach a 10, and I just can't have that on my reputation. Every party has to be a 10 or above.
What's this talk about the hero?
Well, my god said to search out someone with a bird who was a hero. I was supposed to help them. So, um, you know,
Hmm.
Ari came
Great.
in at the right time. It was very dramatic. Love your flair. It was perfect. And you'll kind of like glance over at Alice with a look of like you could learn something from her flair. Uh, but I kind of used you. I apologize.
Yeah, Ari would gesture to Alice. Yeah, I think your hero's right there.
Yeah, I found them. I'm just saying. I'm sorry. I pulled you to something you maybe weren't comfortable with, but I don't have any bracelets. Sorry. You can feel my fur if you like. That seems to work for Ciora.
I'm good, thanks.
All right.
Well, before I get too attached here, I have a question for any of you, seeing as we've bumped into each other. Um, do any of you happen to have a ship that can traverse, like, the multiverse? Just, by happenstance.
Oh, you know what? That's
That
actually exactly what we do.
I don't know if okay.
Oh, you definitely could have like smacked her to shut her up before she said that.
Yeah. Well, uh, we have a ship. Uh, and he'll look down at Siora and be like, "Do you think these are, I guess, the people we need to find?"
I mean, she seems
If
to know about it, and they're talking about gods, so I assume that they're Are y'all seeing visions in your head?
No,
When you
God just
close your
comes to
eyes,
me.
do you see things?
Just the voice of an old friend.
My literal god told me to meet up with you, so I didn't see any visions. I was there.
She leans towards Oneth a little bit and like kind of like stage whispers, so everyone can obviously hear her. Like, I'm only convinced that she's the one we're looking for, and maybe
right.
Ari.
I'm hurt. My God
Well,
literally came to me before my performance tonight and told me to. But whatever. All right. I see how it is.
Well, to answer your question, we do have a ship. However, coming aboard this ship, you must follow all rules and be respectful of the people already on board. So, just the two of us, really.
Oneth, perception
So
check.
I will happily abide by
Right.
that, seeing as I have been told to join you one way or another.
You don't have limits on how long I can, take a shower for or a bath. Really, what are these rules we're talking about?
Uh, We'll figure that out later. 17.
Um, as you guys are chit chatting, you kind of like look up beyond them and see a flash. Kind of in the distance. Anybody else would probably recognize as a shooting star. You know it is not a shooting star. It's actually a ship that looks very similar to yours.
Hmm. So, fun fact, I have telepathy. Not telepathy. Yes, telepathy. I lied. I do have telepathy. So, using said telepathy, I'm going to tell Siora something bad just came here. We should probably get going. And then to the group, I'll all right, well, something came up, so let's be on our way.
Oh my
Lead the
god, we can
way.
show you where you guys are gonna be traveling with us. I can't believe that we got people traveling with us. I don't remember the last time that we had anybody else on the ship other than us. Not that I mind, of course, own it. I don't mind. But having more people will be nice. And she just starts walking. Probably in the wrong direction, actually. She's definitely not walking in the correct direction.
I'm gonna grab her by the back of her collar and just be like, I imagine going that direction where the light came from. Seeing as that's the
Well,
only thing I saw that happened that was recently different.
let's just get to the ship, why don't we?
She kind of like stops. She stumbles a little bit when she's grabbed, like looks around like, right, I knew that. That's where I was headed. And starts walking in another direction.
She just
Is
holds her
that
collar and
direction?
starts like pushes you to your, big fella to be like, this is yours.
I appreciate it. This way, and I'll point towards the
Oh.
ship and start going.
She'll
I'm
follow that time.
assuming I would have gotten like basic stuff, like ordered and sent to the ship.
Funny thing,
I
by
was
the
just
time that
here
you
for
got to the mart and all that stuff was going on, you didn't actually get a chance to go into it.
Oh yeah, right. Well, we're fine. We'll stop somewhere else. There's
Yeah.
probably like a space
Really
grocery
gonna leave
store
without another party? I mean,
somewhere.
this just was not. This is not a good
No,
exit.
think of it a lot more like an after. And she just smiles and nods.
And after?
Oh, I just assumed that the ship was bad. I'm guessing it is bad because
Are you
a ship
asking
like
me?
mine. I'm asking you,
There's
right?
not very many ships
Like,
like yours.
yeah, I was about to say a ship like mine doesn't usually. Okay, yep, we're going now. Okay.
I mean, don't think of it like an exit and think of it like an entrance. You're starting an adventure with
Well,
look at how
yes,
many
I
new
want to start
friends.
an adventure, but we're leaving a bad taste. I mean, this is all going to hurt our reputation, right? The hero of the realms left with a flood and a fire. I guess we did put out the fire, so maybe things are okay. Why are
We
we
put out the
running away
fire.
though?
I handed out a lot of stuff that was fun. It's just time for us to go back to the ship.
What are we
Wait.
running from? I'm obviously following you guys as we're walking, but what are we running from?
From nothing to something.
So instead of walking, actually, let's pick up the pace here. Let's run. We should run now. Like right now. Like
We want to
please.
be fast.
Yes.
You guys,
How?
you guys hear a loud whistle as you're talking. You just hear a loud whistle for me.
Oh, if we're just trying to be fast, I'll just get up on Popo.
We turn and
Right,
look at
and-
Ari.
Okay, well, the three of us can go fast. I'll tap everyone, and I'll give us fly, so we can go 60 feet and
Ooh,
fly there.
that's so much more convenient than running.
And I'll just keep up with them on Popo.
It wastes less energy.
Siora
True,
looks over
Popo
to
the goat.
Ari, who whistled at them.
You know,
Like,
it
yeah.
is a pretty mammoth. I'm just saying. The whistle's not bad.
As I am flying through the air,
Mhm.
I'm going to activate my guardian armor. So as I'm like flying, my chainmail, which I have on, probably it's under my clothing, right? Because I'm not like out. It like wraps over my clothing, and I essentially get this like massive suit of armor. It like goes over my head and kind of like latches into my face
Did
instead
you
of going
fucking
around
create
it like
Iron
a
Man,
mask
bro?
normally would. Yes, I did. Level 5 artificer. That's the only reason I'm Iron Man. I can't fly though, so I'm more like Batman.
Jeez.
So yeah, now I just have this really big armor on.
So
Boom!
our speed is
And now
120 feet per round if we're double dashing.
double dashing.
Yeah. So you
Alright.
guys start heading over to the ship. You get towards the dock, and you just hear and
The sound of silence, apparently.
oh,
I know,
sorry.
that's what I heard.
Sorry, I was making sounds. Hold on. So you hear
Silence.
Hello, darkness.
Can you
my
not
old
hear-
friend.
I gotta get like into
No.
them. Okay.
I've come
So you hear
to
like
end.
you hear the sound of wind being punished to the ground. Just like flaps of just gusts of wind. And then nothing. And then a big swoosh again. Powerful wind getting pushed to the ground. And then nothing. You see a shadow over top of you. Kind of hovering. And it's going in the same direction that you guys are going in.
Is that ship a good ship or a bad ship?
If we look at this
Very
air source,
bad.
what is it?
If you look up, it is it is a
A dragon?
dragon. Yeah.
I feel like that's spooky.
I mean,
Wait, so it's a dragon, it's not a ship.
well, that's the wind that you were hearing. Yeah.
Oh, I thought the ship like flew over towards us. My character's gonna assume that's like the Githyanki or something. So also very bad.
No, Fiora turns and looks at the source of this wind and sees a fucking dragon.
Yeah. Now it's
And
not
fucking-
a huge dragon.
Let's
It's only a
spook.
large dragon. So it's not like gigantic,
Okay.
but it's still larger than you.
Little
That's
baby
still
Githyanki.
spooky. And she literally screams and like if she were on the ground would have fallen, but instead just goes down a few feet in the air.
Yeah, like the wind
Is-
pushes you down.
Are we running from this dragon? I think it's gonna catch us. We should kill it if it's attacking us.
I think we're running for both. So let's go now, and I guess I'll go back and I'll like grab Siora and try to keep her up with the group.
Dragon is mine. It's
Oh,
fine. Won't hurt you.
You have
I'll-
a dragon?
You have a dragon?
I
She-
have a dragon. And she just
You
kind of
keep
like
getting
gives like an
cooler!
I know. She
You
has a
keep
great
getting
mount,
weirder.
doesn't she? I'll shout that loud and I'll look at the dragon. Then I'll look at Alice again.
So everybody
I don't think
arrives
kissing
back
with
to
a
the
dragon
ship there.
works.
And the dragon lands on the dock, and you just feel the dock kind of sink a little bit deeper into the water.
I look over at the dragon, and I look at my ship, and I look over at the dragon.
The
And I
dragon
look at
can
my ship, and I
fit.
go,
So it's
Go,
it's only a large creature, so it's about
yeah,
it'll fit. Take up a little bit of room, but it'll fit.
I'll go. Yeah, we have enough room for that. I'm like, all right, this is a ship. I know it looks weird. Get on, and we can leave, please,
What
as
does the
fast
ship
as
look like?
possible.
So the ship, I do have a beautiful image for you of the ship.
It's like Baldur's Gate 3.
Hold on.
I'm waiting for super sale. It needs to go on clearance.
Oh, for sure,
Really?
dude. I'm waiting for so long.
I'm a cheap gamer. I've been waiting for it to drop on sale, but it has not.
I've always just like stolen my friends' Xboxes or PlayStations or
Oh,
whatever they
yeah.
have it on and played it on those.
So the ship kind of looks like that.
Oh, yeah.
It's got so think without the little starry thing in front, right? It's this wooden ship that's got like a curled up dragon head that wraps itself back around and into the deck there. The mount is just this big sharp pointy front there with tentacles that kind of come out almost like it's reaching for something. And the back has these spikes that kind of go into the water there. And that's what's kind of sitting at the dock.
This looks nice. We can work with this. It's a little intimidating. I think we need to make some minor, maybe changes to the color scheme, something to make it so when we fly into cities, it really screams hero, right? Can build
Yeah,
our
we
We'll
can-
probably
reputation.
talk about that on the
Yeah,
ship,
get on the boat.
and she just
Of
motions
course,
for you
of
to get
course.
on.
Thank you.
She throws him a peace sign.
He's gonna look at him. Heroes are overrated.
Well, of course.
Just get on
That's
the
half of the
boat,
image.
Please.
Get on the boat.
Yeah, she says that as she gets on.
Right. I'm walking into.
Are you bringing the bird?
As they were all like separate from me, you're just gonna see this like my bird just like keeling down this like like down the pier, and I'm just gonna make him jump all the way up on top of the boat from like the other side, and I'm just gonna appear on the boat.
Well, see, I guess you do have some style. That was a great entrance. And you'll do like a little clap.
Good enough for me.
Right. I'm gonna go turn this thing on, and I'm gonna.
So Oneth, you head over to the helm. You pull up the anchor, and the ship starts to sail. And as it's moving through the water, it starts to raise up out of the water, and what looks like the front starts going backwards as the round part of the kind of like the back of the dragon's neck there, part of the ship starts moving forward. And as you get higher into the sky, you start to see these blue smoke, like almost like a flame, kind of come out around the now front of the ship. And at first it acts like a gas kind of dancing, and goes about 5 feet in front of the ship, swells into this big circle that engulfs the entire front of the ship, about the size of that. And then you start hearing static and seeing electricity kind of flash as it rips the fabric of space. And then you feel this jolt that just punches. And your realm is no longer there. And that's where we'll leave you guys.
Space travel time. Getting away from freakies, squid people. I don't like them.
So
This
the
sucks.
people chasing us, they're not exactly going to kill that entire town, are they?
I
There's
honestly
No, I doubt it.
don't care.
I just don't care.
Wait, what? You let him here? That basically makes you the villain. You let people and they're going to destroy the town? This is just not right.
two bigger things than
I'll walk up to
townspeople.
him.
Sorry.
I'll walk up to him and I'll put both my hands on his shoulders and I'll go, listen, friend. I have not been contacted by any god, nor do I plan to be. The only reason I'm here is Siora, and whatever her god desires.
This is a beautiful
My
conversation for
number
next
one
week.
priority is Siora. I don't care.
My number one
This kid
priority.
sucks.
I don't care.
Anyway,
Death of innocence. What the hell have I gotten myself washed up in?
All right. So let's get going, guys. Season 2. Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Pull up some fun notes. Oh no, where did I put it? It's downstairs. Uh-oh. Hold on. Be right back. Boop.
I hope you listeners are prepared for him to do that a lot.
I don't think it records if he's not here.
I'll just cut it
Oh,
out.
he's just muted. Okay.
yeah, I think he just like lets it run and then edits it out.
Sure.
For some reason, I thought I heard him leave.
I'm gonna mute and cough my lungs out for a second.
Whew, I found it. All right. So let's do this.